Jesus, like the body need alkaline. So tell the devil pack him things up and right out of my mind. Tell the devil let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. Let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. I don't want no punching that does interfere with me lungs. Just give me my Jesus, cause that never get me drunk. Some feel this thing underrated, but I does appreciate it. Cause in Jesus I am blessed with so much side effects. I got love, I got peace, flowing like a river. Joy all over me, yeah, feeling like a winner. Cause too long the devil had me down. Tell them that I'm no longer born. Tell the devil let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. Let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. I don't want no weed, no deal with no kind of drugs. Just give me my Jesus, or wrap me up with his love. Some say this thing underrated, but I just appreciate it. Cause in Jesus I am blessed with so much side effects. I got love, I got peace, flowing like a river. Joy all over me, yeah, feeling like a winner. Cause too long the devil had me down. Tell them that I'm no longer born. Tell the devil let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. Let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. I don't want no punching that does interfere with me lungs. Just give me my Jesus, cause that never get me through. Some think this thing complicated, but I does appreciate it. Cause in Jesus I am blessed with so much side effects. I got love, I got peace, flowing like a river. Joy inside of me, feeling like a winner. Cause too long the devil had me down. Tell them that I'm no longer born. Tell the devil let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. Let go. You know let me. God in control of me. I'm a lifestyle never live. So I will do them no more. I will do them no more. Things I used to do, I can do them no more. I can't go there no more. Can't go there no more. Places I used to go, I can't go there no more.
Feels like forever. Me and my baby haven't been together, and it's driving me crazy. I'm under the weather. I need it now, and I feel so much better. That moment when all you need is a good friend. The distance, the lockdown hasn't been easy for me. I need this one-on-one, exclusive private party. I'm feeling for something so intimate, cause I'm so over it. I wanna get romantic. Too lively up the party. That is why they send for me. Yeah. To hurry up the party. That is why they send for me. They know how much I love nice time, and they know how much I love nice line. They know how much I love nice vibes. I love it, I love it, I love it. Party all week, like a real fun junkie. Everybody go energy leave. I love it, I love it, I love it. Jump, 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 jump. I love it, roll, 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 waist. Don't want no negative energy. Come love it, jump, 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 jump. I love it, roll, 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 waist. Yeah. Sweet soca music. Music. Sweet soca music. If you only know how much I love you. If you only know how much I love you. How when the music play, 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 I must wind up. How when the DJ play, 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 the vibes right up. How when the music play, 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 that is what I love. I must have to shake something when the music play. I need soca therapy. That is the only remedy. I need soca therapy. That is the only thing I need. When everybody just start to wave and jump up. Start to wave and jump up, jump up. Start to wave and jump up. Start to wave and jump up, jump up. Start to wave and jump up. Start to wave and jump up, jump up. Start to wave and jump up.
Morning. Morning. Yeah, I say good morning. That's what I say good morning.
Okay, but did they hear everything that I said?
No,
just
of
now?
course not. They didn't say everything.
Because
Because trust me, if
I
they,
was not being nice.
she was not being
I
nice,
was
people.
not
She was
being
not.
nice,
She was
so.
not. She was not.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening. Good night. Because it depends on where you are around the world. We got a lot to discuss today. But before we get all in, we're going to continue on with some music. And I need to let you know that we have a music royalty today as our guest, Mr. Michael BOOTHMAN. And he'll be we'll be talking new music because he's got a new album that just dropped, I think, roughly some weeks ago. So we'll be talking new music. And in the meantime, just let you know, we would like to thank all our iTunes radio listeners. Thanks for tuning in on iTunes Radio. Take us with you, so download the app to your phones.
Most important. Most important.
Yeah,
Most
I mean,
important.
you can hear us on all the platforms, whether it's TuneIn Radio. If you're listening directly from a laptop, it's all good. But most people are on the go these days. So take us with you, download the app, okay? We'll be live this evening. I'm sorry, not live. Rebroadcasting this evening on SocaPassionTX.com, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. And tomorrow, rebroadcasting on Island Beach Radio from 12 to 2 p.m. I want to say hello to all the DJs. So let's go down the list. With the People's Chat Room, we've got 5, including this young man here. So DJ Code Red. Hey.
Wait.
What?
You
I'll
call
put
me
you
young?
last. First.
You call me young.
Well, you're younger than me, so you're young. If you don't want to be
You call me
described
young.
as young, then, well, I don't know. DJ Militia, DJ Kevorkian, Professor GT, and the new addition, Boom. Yeah, good morning. Boom is going to be opening up a kitchen, so y'all get ready to call in your orders for his sauce and stuff, because his sauce is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got a good hand.
No, hold on. I have to say a decent pepper sauce. No disrespect to him, but
I don't do the pepper sauce
well,
thing.
the reason why I say no disrespect to him because I can't put nobody pepper sauce over my mother.
We don't want to do that.
Only I understand. I cannot put nobody pepper sauce over my mother.
We don't want to do that.
So, boom have a pepper sauce. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Ain't bad.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Tricky Finger. He's listening to us on the Facebook stream. So thank you. Now we're going to say hi to all the DJs from iTunes Radio that I remember. So Sweeba, hi. Zaya, hi. Militia, Lockdown, Roction, iTunes, TNT Professor, Trini Demon. That's Trayon Clark.
Yes.
Hey guys. And now we gotta say hi to all the DJs from Soca Passion. I only know 2. That's this one right here, Code Red, and Kevorkian. I don't know anyone else.
Well,
but I'm sure you know them.
Yeah, I have a list of them, but even though, I could go down the line, but why?
Yeah.
I love them anyway, right?
All right, so I only know two. So
You only know
respect
two.
to each and every one of you,
Indeed.
and thank you to each and every one of you for listening to us today. Mr. Michael Boothman will be coming on in the second hour, and around 12:35 today we're going to have our realtor, Wendy Cowan. She'll be on for like 10 minutes, but you know what we're going to talk about? That shiggity of that bullshit of that verdict from yesterday.
All right.
But let's listen to some music so I can soothe my soul.
Some girl could only work on TikTok when I put them on TikTok, but that ish stop.
I know you ain't talking about me.
Me never call no name, girl. Point to the best winer. Point to the best winer. Girl must get money, pull up for this. Every girl bend. Bend, girl, bend, girl, bend. You don't have no man problem. Bend, girl, bend, girl, bend. Have your own things, you don't borrow from them. Bend, girl, bend, girl, bend. Bend your man. You're hotter than all of them. Bend, girl, bend, girl, bend. Soon as you touch short problems again. Girl, you're hot in your waist and you're shooting your face. That's why everyone wants you. Girl, wine and go down cause you know you're so clean and your head not full of dandruff. When you're hot, you're hot. 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 Every girl, tell me how you want it. Want it on the bed or you want it on the carpet. Want me put it in straight or you want me slant it. Long limousine, or you want me pack it.
Fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. Me and me friend there. Fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. When we reach his problem. Fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. Grab them and jam there. Fit after fit after fit after fit after fit. When I touch down badang, all kind of bumper inside the
I promise you by next week I'll have the perang crate up to date for you. I know it's perang season. I know you before you ask.
I like Christmas.
I know you do. You like lights. I don't know. You like spending bill on electricity.
I like lights.
She like taking that. She like taking that light up. If you
Yeah,
see this
I
room.
love
If you see this
Christmas
room.
lights. Oh, I told you I have a new tree. My
What?
sister bought a new tree. It's 7.5 feet. It's tall.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I realized, wait, my ceiling is not that high. But, you know, it's all good. So it's
Indeed.
pre-lit. So
Oh, pre-lit trees are fun.
I haven't yet because it's just put up and take down, right?
Snap, and you're good to go. Unfortunately, same color every year, but guess what?
I don't
Nobody
care. I like
complaining.
the white lights. I like that. And now I got it decorated, and I'm realizing that I don't think I have enough decorations because my previous tree was like 6 feet or something like that. So yeah, I gotta get some more decorations. But I saw some at a store that I will not say because that means that I'm saying
Yeah, you get them free
advertising. But I saw some like So you ready to go all in or not?
You know what?
Not yet, right?
Let's go. Let me get all the way.
No, it's not a matter of getting it out of the way.
Let's get
Wait a
it
second.
out the way.
No, it's not a matter of getting it out of the way.
No, and I say it like that to say it like that. You
No.
Yes.
Okay, when you say, okay, it's not, for me, when you say get it out of the way, it makes it sound like if we're going to just touch it one time and that's it. No, we are going to beat this thing to a pulp. You know why? Because, all right, okay. That verdict, open quotation marks, close quotation marks, was bullshit. Because, you know, what they've said pretty much is that you can carry an AR-15 or whichever rifle or whatever gun, and you can just shoot someone and claim self-defense if you're white. Now, we have to take into consideration that, yes, the victims were white. They were white men that were there protesting because of the Blake shooting. Mm-hmm. So they were empathetic to the cause.
Correct.
All right? Mm-hmm. And what I can understand... okay. Now, I recognize that the jury were not given access to a lot of information, including some of the things that were done prior to... his behaviors prior to the shooting.
His behavior meaning rotten house.
Yes, Rittenhouse. Yeah, Rotten House.
Rotten house.
Rotten House.
Yeah, it's rotten house. Go ahead.
Rotten House, I like that.
I get it.
But the thing is, if you're a juror and even if you paid some attention to what the prosecutor said when he said that you can't claim self-defense if you created the situation. Now, with one of the young men, it was 3 shots, and the third shot was the kill shot. Okay, which was the third shot to the back. So how could you claim self-defense,
If
even
you
though they
shoot-
kind of took that out of the third shot? So you had to shoot 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
And he did one
One,
back.
and the third one, he was heading away from you. That's the one that killed him. So shot 1.
I'll let you know now, eh?
Shot 1, okay, all right.
His-
Shot 2, and then shot 3.
His
And
lawyer-
y'all let this fool get off.
His lawyers
and
are
y'all
real
pretty
good.
much, huh?
He has some good lawyers.
And another thing that happened that I felt the prosecutor, now I kind of feel it didn't matter how good the prosecution was. The judge already called it. Okay, he put his knee, and then he put his right knee and the second knee on the scales of justice. So there was no justice. Okay, but seriously, if you're looking at if you're looking at the tapes or the video, and you're already a freaking racist, I don't know. It's just not right. And I felt that the prosecution didn't really humanize the victims. These were 2 young men, well, 3 young men that were someone's son, someone's brother, someone's grandson, someone's uncle. And I don't think he really made these, like, I guess I'm quarterbacking, but I really think that, yes, didn't matter what the prosecution did, they would have get off and he would have gotten off anyway. But even if, still, talk about these 3 men as if, like I said, there was someone's son.
There was somebody, and that wasn't done.
No, it was not done.
That was not done.
You know? And yes, it's about race, and it's also about entitlement. Primarily entitlement. Because how could you say this fool, because he's 18 now, was driven across the state line
By his mother.
By his mother.
His mother said,
and he wasn't old enough to even be carrying an AR-15.
by his mother. So,
And y'all saying, even if y'all acquitted him on a couple other charges, that was one charge that should have stuck.
by his mother. Which
That
means
charge should have stuck.
I see a West Indian mother with their son with an AR and be like, oh, Mom, where you going? Can you drop me over across the state line? Okay, darling, just call me when you reach, when you see if I can come pick you back up. That.
It just don't make sense.
Well,
it just don't make sense.
It doesn't.
And as I was saying to you earlier on, we are having an advertiser that should be climbing on early next year, courtesy EpiBuild. And it's an elderly gentleman with a foundation, an African American foundation. I can't remember the name of it right now. But one of the things that we talked about was, he was saying that, because he was talking about that we play a lot of Caribbean music, and if we could, kind of have more variety. And I told him that was something that we will
definitely looking to do.
Simply because we kind of like looking to come off of Facebook, where they mute you. As soon as this show is finished, I'm going to see copyrights up the wazoo, and they're going to hold on to the show for at least a couple weeks, and then they're going to say, release the hold. You shouldn't.
You still get it? You still get that?
Yes, still get it.
Okay.
And then you're going to see us.
I do not.
You're going to see something that come up and say, okay, we're going to release the hold. Well, you shouldn't have muted it in the first place, okay?
I do my job.
All right. But I was going somewhere with this. Okay, yeah. The Caribbean diaspora, people from the Caribbean diaspora, we see things, we have a different perspective on life here in the United States.
Okay.
That's totally different to African Americans.
How so?
All right? Because one, we were never enslaved. When you look back at the people in the Caribbean over, if you would say, probably 7 decades or whatever, when they brought the slaves to the West Indies, they were not slaves per se. They were bought as indentured workers.
Correct.
After the Indians.
All
okay,
right.
I don't know who came first, the East Indians or them, but either way, they were not slaves.
Right.
Okay. But here, slaves were bought here, 400 years worth of slavery. So they have and I've said before, the civil rights movement is not even 100 years old. So all them races still around, live and kicking. So, all right? What I'm trying to say is,
go ahead. I'll wait till you finish.
The West Indian diaspora doesn't have the same experience. However, both experiences are beginning to align right now. When you see verdicts like yesterday with that rotten house, and then the fact that right now in this country, what used to be right is now wrong, and what was wrong is now right, because they've drank the Kool-Aid with Trump and the bullshit about the lie and who won the election and who didn't win the election. And you have QAnon followers that's waiting for JFK to come back to life. And it's like, seriously? That's where we are right now in this country? Okay? You see thousands of them waiting for JFK's son. What's his name? Robert. Whatever Kennedy it is.
Sitting waiting for for Elvis.
And it's like, that's where we are. That's where we are. Wrong is right and right is wrong. And it's like, the experiences are beginning to align. So I know we as Caribbean people, we like the fete and we like the party and all of that. But seriously, fellas, ladies, it's time to start waking up. Because this country that y'all left, I know I'm going to give you a chance to come in just now. I just got to get it out because I'll forget.
You're winded.
Yeah, I know I'm long-winded. But I really got to get it out, and then I'll pause for a cause for code.
All right.
Most people left the Caribbean to come here for a better life.
Correct is
right.
Correct is right.
A better life in terms of equal opportunity as far as making money, going to school, because the university experience here is different to the university experience in Trinidad and Tobago or even other parts of the country. Okay? Other parts of the Caribbean. So you leave your home country to come here because you want better.
Correct is right.
But are you not seeing that? Are you not seeing that this country is going backwards?
And
if you have 30-something states trying to suppress your right to vote,
so
aren't we not going backwards?
Well, this is where I not to cut you off, but this is where you start off, for me, you start off wrong.
I start off what?
You start off wrong. And here's
you start off wrong.
Yeah,
you better come good.
As West Indians, as Caribbean, when we come to this country, we may sound different, but guess what? We are still looked at as Black Americans. So immediately when you step foot in this country, you immediately when you step foot in this country, for the uneducated, the unknowledgeable, if that's such a word, you're already grouped into being a Black American. So at some point, there is no difference between, from the outside, there's no difference between a Black American and a West Indian. All right? We're all grouped the same based on our
But if I don't
color.
jump in, I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. So I really got to jump in. Okay, we are all grouped together as far as the census is concerned.
Correct.
But as far as African Americans and Caribbean Americans, we listen, when I first came here 30-something years ago, I could tell without anybody opening their mouth who is Caribbean American and who is African American because of how they walked. A Caribbean American person walks with purpose. An African American person walked with, like if they were already beaten. Well, I was because.
But from the outside looking in, it's the same thing. They are not able to differentiate. Maybe until we open up, we more than
what
part of the America are you from?
So let me politely disagree with you, or I shouldn't say disagree. I'm agreeing, but slightly. Yeah. All right. I remember when I used to work Disney years and years ago. I was an entertainer at Disney, which was, I think that's the best way you should work at Disney as an entertainer. Yeah. But I digress. And I remember there was a family, it was a Black family, an African-American family that had their family reunion. And the matriarch of the family, she was in a wheelchair, and they placed her right next to me because it was a little bit shaded. And one of the things that she said that I will never forget, and I remember I responded to her very politely, but I kind of put her in her place. She said that Caribbean people come here to take their jobs.
Well,
okay.
They all have the same mentality as Mexicans.
That's how they looked at us as we leave wherever we come from to take the jobs here.
And Americans look at forgive me, I don't want to be racist, Mexicans the same way. Or let's say Mexicans come here and take in their jobs. They're jobs that even Black Americans don't want to do.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is our experiences now are beginning to align, especially since Trump got into power and he gave them permission to be themselves.
No.
They ain't gonna ask you before they shoot your ass, are you from the West Indies? No, you're black.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying from the beginning.
But no.
You were saying we are differentiate.
Right.
No. On the outside,
Okay.
we are the same.
On the outside, we are the same, yes, but you kind of like purposely like not trying to understand what I'm saying. Yes, you are.
I will never do
You're
that.
trying really hard.
Never do that.
Okay, so let me say it again.
Say it again.
Okay? Caribbean American people and African American people have two different experiences. Okay? But now those experiences are beginning to align because of the backwardness of this country. Okay? Now it's blatantly backward.
When you came to this country, right? When you came to this country, were you stopped, profiled,
hello, Chris. How you doing? Kavokian, good morning.
Diverted from an opportunity or a job?
Okay. I can honestly say that I have never experienced blatant racism. It was so subtle, I had to ask myself, is it really happening?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You know, so, you know,
it's so subtle.
but I know that there are people who've actually experienced it.
And I am not taking away from. I'm not
And
taking
again,
that away from
it's
them.
not about. It's not when they perpetrating racist acts on us. They don't ask if you're from the Caribbean. They don't ask if you were born here. You know, they just do it based on the color of our skin, and that's why I'm saying that it's beginning to become more and more intense because these blinking racists have been given permission to be racists. They no longer have to hide or shuck and jive. They're all up in your freaking face.
And
okay?
I'm
And
going,
this little... What?
I am going to say one thing.
What?
It's not just whites.
I know that.
Okay, I just want to make sure you put that disclaimer out there.
We discriminate
Caucasian,
towards our own people too.
Caucasian American or whatever terminology you deem yourself. This discussion is not saying it's all about no. It is all black people. When we say Trump give the permission for the racists, there are black people who are racist too against
our
whites
own, but
or
that's
others.
another conversation.
That's a whole different conversation.
That's another conversation. Because even within the West Indian community, let me be real, and some all they're gonna get upset. But some Indian people don't like black people. Straight up. Can I get some broken glass for that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait,
Hold
where the
on.
glass? Damn it.
Hold on, sorry. I changed it.
Oh,
You
good
want
Lord.
the
You
glass?
see, now you just discriminated against me.
Because I didn't give you the glass?
Because you didn't give me the glass.
Oh, shit.
Thank you very much. Boom, boom, boom. Some Indian people don't like black people. It's a fact. And if you say it is not so, I will tell you you're lying. Okay? We look at fests sometimes here. I started, so let me continue. We look at fests that they have sometimes here. When is an Indian DJ that having the fete, everybody comes out. When is a black DJ that having the fete, everybody stay home except the black people. Okay? Why? Because it shouldn't be happening. Because when you look at the census, do they ask you if you're East Indian? No. If you look like me, you're black. Okay, can I get some broken glass for that? This is some discrimination going on here.
Before you leave, you got to pay for all the glass you break in
Because
the house, huh?
I'm making some real zingers and you ain't even, it's like I had to beg for you.
No, you're
Give
not.
or can. Give or can.
Look at the next one for you. Don't let him start. Please don't start him. Don't start him.
Well, look at what's going on there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they're still hearing us on the Facebook stream. Either way,
Yeah,
we doing we.
It's always on your phone.
Okay.
On your iPad. Get it.
Yeah, but this is okay. Anyhow.
Yes.
Oh wait. Oh okay. So it's only on my iPad.
Well, it's an
And,
Apple.
Thank you. And some of y'all who will swear to all God by Apple. Okay. Anytime I have the show on my iPad, it start acting up.
The Apple.
It's an Apple.
The Apple.
All right. When I had my little Samsung tablet, none of that was happening. Anyhow.
Gotta get your peach.
Anyhow, a peach? And I watch me like a peach. Like But don't I have a point?
I
have a solid point.
Correct is right.
And y'all need to stop all your bullshit because again, in this country, if you look my color skin, you're black. You go to the census, they don't ask you, okay, are you East Indian? No. Because you know, it has some of them, just like Puerto Ricans who are light skinned or white, some of them align themselves as white. They don't say they're Puerto Rican. They don't say they're Cuban because they're white. You know?
Yeah, I've seen
You know?
that. I've seen
but
that.
anyhow, I don't want to move too far away from this conversation with that verdict yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
Rotten House.
But hold on, but you seem surprised by that verdict, though.
I was not surprised.
Okay.
But you know me, I like to vent.
Yeah,
Okay,
you do.
because
You
freedom
do.
of expression is good for the soul.
yeah, you like
and
that
that was
vent.
bullshit that happened. Because
You like that
I always remember, or I'm cognitively aware of the fact that way back then when they was walking across the bridge in Selma, white people was on that bridge too, walking hand in hand alongside the blacks. It wasn't just black people. It was white people and black people. Okay? So a lot of them, I try not to generalize. Well, I shouldn't say try. I don't generalize because I realize that we have empathizers, sympathizers, and they're different colored, different races, different colored skin, different races. But yesterday with that bullshit, it's horrible that most of us were not surprised.
Nope. And
Okay.
if you're surprised, then you're blind and stupid.
You know, and again, he was acquitted on what, 5 charges?
Well, I just know it's all.
All charges.
All charges.
And the one that I felt that should have stuck, and I don't know if it's in there because after a while I just kind of zoned out because it was like, okay, you're confirming everything that I thought would happen is happening, which is he's free. And he's free to go kill again because he has a history of aggression. I shouldn't say just aggression, but entitlement. So when he's like Zimmerman. You remember when Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin?
George was in trouble over and
Forever
over.
and ever. He's still in trouble.
He's still in
okay?
trouble.
And it's the same thing that's going to happen with this young man because he has that sense of entitlement because he was given permission to go kill some more.
As Tricky, as one of our Facebook members just literally stated, this verdict was made before the case started.
It sure was. It was made before the case started. So it's like, why did you even go to trial?
Why you waste
taxpayers' money? Okay.
Time?
Why you waste taxpayers' money? Just go ahead and say, hey, Rittenhouse, go home.
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
Rittenhouse.
We're good here.
I changed the Ota I, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not mispronouncing
You're good
his
here.
name.
Because, so after yesterday's verdict, you've pretty much said to every freaking racist that is carrying a gun and they show up at a protest, or not even at a protest, they just show up because something is happening, they could kill someone and say, self-defense. You give them permission to do this.
Well, I've said it before. You know, it's funny that I've changed from a non-advocate. Well, I can't say it was never, or, you know, I'm an advocate. I have my my concealed weapon permit.
Yeah, I was supposed to finish up and get mine. I
I
started
got
off
mine.
hot and sweaty.
I got mine.
You got yours, so you purchased one yet?
And I'm actively looking into purchasing a
What, a
firearm.
Glock?
Yes. Well, I don't care what it is. Anything that will stop somebody from harassing me in my space. If you ain't supposed to be here, I ain't balling freeze because I'm not a police.
But I just want to remind you, okay, and all gun carriers, woohoo, especially if you're black like me, woohoo. But just remember, the law that applies to you is different to the law that applies to the white guy. Because let's look at Florida over the past 10 years. Stand your ground. That's stand your ground law, okay? Some people get away with it and some people don't. And most of the people that do get away with it are people that are white. Look at that lady who claimed self-defense, stand your ground when her husband was trying to kill her. The black woman who eventually they let out of jail because people were pretty much on top of it. Mm-hmm. She claimed stand your ground. They held on to that woman for a couple of years before she was eventually released. And she was released because the case was in the public eye day in, day out. So you had multiple people advocating for her. That's why she was released. Okay? As you know, I work in a prison. There are a lot of people in there that look like me. Okay? And one Don was saying recently, was yesterday, I don't know if he'll mind me mentioning it. I'll go ahead and mention it. He's like, you know, they free this fool, but but they want to give him 24 months for hitting someone that spat on him. Did he shoot him?
Oh yes, I did see that. I truly did see that.
Did he shoot him? No. Did he maim him? No. Did he use a knife on him? No. He cuffed him or he hit him because the fool spat on him. So what you're supposed to do? Somebody spit on you and you're supposed to say, "Oh, can you put some sugar with that?" No.
You know,
You defend yourself
you know
because
this,
that person embarrassed you.
I'm going to take this away that I'm going to offend some people.
What?
You know, in the Bible. Did
you send it to?
No, yeah, I did. In the Bible, you know, it's like, well, if something like that happened, turn the other cheek. You know,
Turn the other cheek.
Turn the other cheek. You know,
For them to spit on the other side.
And I think sometimes the Bible is only used for the aggressor.
It's like I have so much I could say on that right now and I can't
Yeah, I know.
because and the reason why I can't is because I just can't. No. One, because of where I work and I've seen too many things to actually put it out there in the public because you're not supposed to talk about.
True.
You know what I'm saying? The same way they don't allow phones inside there. You're not really supposed to, ethically, you're not allowed to really say what you've seen, what you've heard. But there's so much I could say on that, you know what I'm saying? So let's play some music. We've got Mr. Boothman in the waiting room, but we gonna have to, it's on the second hour.
It's the second hour, we bring him in.
Yeah.
All right.
Try, them can't take my joy, them can't take my joy from me. No way, die why all the lie, them can't take my joy, them can't take my joy from me. No way, that's why I'm still winning, still smiling, counting my blessings every day, I'm still winning, still shining, counting my blessings every day. Oftentimes, life hits so hard, trust me, I know that. And oftentimes, I can't seem to find any motivation, it's only frustration. But I can't afford to slow the pace, no, it's not time to lose the faith. One thing I know, mommy race, a fighter. But mind the people want me fail, but each time I fall, I rise again. Then I get in that satisfaction, yeah. I only try, them can't take my joy, them can't take my joy from me. No way, die why all the lie, them can't take my joy, them can't take my joy from me. No way, if I could change the world. Deep in no it's no color, deep in more love, not drama. If I could change the world, it would be somewhere out here. There'll be no 9 to 5 here. If I could change the world, but that's me. If it were you, what would you do?
Real change is a good look. You never need no money or a bank book. I wanna walk in a store and get whatever I want, whenever I want. I promise nobody will ever go hungry. Not around there. No way, I say every day would be a high day. We party like a Friday. And if a girl give you wine, well you must take a wine. If you don't, that's a crime day. Unless she have a man, there would be no racism, hatred or suppression. There be no form of depression. Not in my world. Baby, why you so damn far? Baby, why you so damn far? Need nobody in my arms. I hate it when you so damn far. I need to.
Wendy, good afternoon. Can you hear us?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. How are you doing?
Excellent. I am doing fantastic. It's great to be back in Orlando, even though it's the weather's a bit soggy. What's going on with all this rain?
So what had happened was, and I'll leave it at that.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm super excited to be with you guys today and expanding our relationship. we're picking up some more airtime with you. We have sponsors that are very interested in getting involved in the show, looking to bring more global real estate, tying together some of our Caribbean real estate practitioners, whether they're from the Caribbean, they love the Caribbean, or, they are friends with people from the Caribbean, or they have Caribbean descent, whatever. All things cross paths through the Caribbean, and I'm honored to be, the ambassador for Orlando Regional Realtors Association to Jamaica. And through that opportunity, I've been able to share relationships connecting practitioners in the Caribbean with folks here that have their certified international property specialist designation. I'm just coming back from the National Association of Realtors Conference in San Diego, which anyone out there that's in the real estate world and looking to, take your practice to the next level, definitely get involved and attend some of these local, regional, and national events to expand your network. But there I was able to, network with the top people in the world, not just in real estate, but also in development and, folks with investments to place, hedge funds and fund managers. So, I'm looking to expand my network to our community and, help folks do more business, not just here in the States, because obviously we have low inventory right now. So the way to address that is to, work with developers on creating more additional inventory. And, as you guys know from my past times on the show, my passion is affordable housing and protecting the environment. So pretty much every conversation that I had, which up until 2 days ago was, I met a prince. I met an African prince from Ghana and head officials with Nigeria and Sierra Leone and other African countries that want to do business with us, with our community, with our African-American owned businesses. So, I'm here as ambassador again for Aura to Jamaica, but I have an exclusive opportunity with the Dubai Expo. And if you guys just want to simply go on YouTube and search hashtag 2020 Expo 2020 Dubai or 2020 Dubai Expo. Look it up for me. I'm driving right now.
Okay.
But it's Expo 2020 Dubai. And you'll see thousands and thousands and thousands of posts about it because it's literally the World Fair, which occurs every 5 years, kind of like the Olympics is every 4 years.
Okay.
The World Fair is started in the 1900s. I'm not sure where it actually originated, if it was Paris or Chicago, but somewhere in the 1900s. And then now in 2020, it was supposed to happen in Dubai. And, of course, COVID happened. So now it rolled over to this year, and they opened October 1st. And through that, we are open until March 31st. And we have an official delegation that Orlando Regional Realtors Association is spearheading. So I'm a member of that organization and of that group, that official delegation. So we are inviting business members of our community, whether you're an investor, you're looking for, to find buyers for your widget. We're going to give you a custom procured excursion of which pavilions and which countries you need to meet with at this World Expo. So, for example, Lima, if you wanted to sell, a new version of a hair care product and it's great for people, of ethnic hair, and you want to take it to Africa, we will say you want to go to Zimbabwe's pavilion, you want to go to Sierra Leone and Ghana because they have manufacturers seeking a relationship with your type of company. So we already know in the database how to match you up. So it's a great opportunity to visit Dubai as a tourist. I believe the basic entry fee is only $25. But they're expecting 25 million visitors.
What's the name of the site again? World? Is it World?
Yeah, it's not even a site. If you just go and on YouTube and look at World Expo, Dubai 2020 Expo, you can search any variety of those words on any social media platform, and you're going to see all the different pavilions. There's 191 different countries represented there with pavilions. So let me give you the scale of this, okay? The country of Monaco times 2. Dubai built the country of Monaco in scale twice from the ground up for this expo.
Wow.
And once the expo's open in March, once it's completed in March, it's going to become a city. You know, after that, people will move in and it'll become multifamily housing and all that. But for right now, they built the most fantastic spectacle of experiences you can assemble in one place.
Ooh.
So if nothing else, go as a tourist.
All right.
You know, but it's a missed opportunity if you're a business person and you have global ambitions, or your product or service has potentially a global audience. It's an easy trip, and you just basically go and shake hands with the different pavilions and collect some business cards, you know, with different countries that are looking to do business with. So it's a fantastic opportunity, and we have all different types of sponsorship levels available. If folks want to attend in person, or if they want to have someone from our delegation represent their company and seek, you know, opportunities for them while we're there. And as an example for that, I just started working with a nutraceutical company who their product promises to clear your endocrine blockages. So whether you're a male or female, if you're type 2 diabetes, this product will help set you straight. So I'm starting on a clinical trial with them because they are scientists, you know, biochemists that left the pharmaceutical world and they're Caribbean descent, so looking to do the right thing. And they asked me to take their product to Dubai. And so I said, well, before I can promote it, I got to try it first. So I'm testing it out on myself, and anyone who'd like to join that clinical trial, we're going to do a boot camp. And the scientist is going to lead it and tell us what to eat and how to, you know, behave for the next 90 days and clear our endocrine blockages, which is what I feel has been holding me back from completing some weight loss goals. But that's another story.
All right, Wendy, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we have to move on to our next guest who's waiting. But thank you, and we look forward to, you know, having you on again in the near future. And I hope you're not driving and I hope you're not driving and texting.
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Never.
All right.
So we're always safe here, and a phone call is just a phone call. So thanks for having me on today, and I look forward to escorting some folks with us on this official delegation with His Excellency, and this invitation is from His Excellency. So
thank you.
I extend it to you.
Thank
you, guys.
Thank you. You have a good day. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I'm a girl that just stepping on me yard. My chest feel bright, and I can hear the slippers them a flop. And now me hear me lick a door and knock. Feels good, me feel good for me, baby. And love done me chest lady. Make me feel like a king tonight.
Who that?
And me a lock off my phone. Nah, then the show. Got me no feel like sing tonight. Turn off the lights, lady. Let's reunite, baby.
Is that one of the new ones?
Let me do the thing, princess. Say you want a boy, but if you have a baby girl, that still brings joy. This love ain't no toy, and what the most I bless together could never be destroyed. I feel love in the air, and it's spoiling my blood in my vein. You can't see me again, baby. You can't see me again.
Yeah, well, that's one of your favorite artists, I-Octane.
Yeah, because he recognizes that I am a DJ.
Yes.
I am.
I
Oh,
gotta find
hey, where's that drop, man?
Well, because
you
since
play
we have
the drop,
because
man.
we have a new intro and
I want him a drop somewhere along the coast of
that.
that.
Doing my whole.
Okay, so while I'm talking all my shop right now, find the drop there, man. He recognizes that I am a DJ. Good morning, Mr. Lyndon Allen.
What did I even say?
Yeah, whatever.
I should have just left it alone.
Ian Williams, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving to each and every one of you. You know, when I first came to this country, we gained a drop. Yeah. And can I get some yeah. Okay.
I act to the center for DJ Lima and the ladies chat room. I'm
a DJ.
Center for DJ Lima and the ladies chat room. Aim in the DJ code red. You don't know I act to the center for iTunes radio.
I am a DJ.
Yes, you are a DJ.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
You're one of us.
Yeah, so I remember when I first came to this country over 30 years ago. I wasn't into this whole Thanksgiving thing, man. That was
Thanksgiving is a real. You know how
That's first of all, I didn't like turkey. I like chicken.
It's funny. I found out that, like, for instance, Spanish people are huge into Christmas, and they're not really into Thanksgiving. So basically, after Halloween, they're putting up Christmas lights. I've already seen Christmas lights, Santa Claus balloons, and blow up thing. People tree already up, and I'm like, damn, all they rushing the brush up to Thanksgiving. And I sit back.
So
Thanksgiving is a truly American thing. For us here, obviously we adapted because we get a day off, so we're happy for that. But I lie.
No, you lie.
I lie. I don't.
But you know what I'm laughing at? I'm one of them people. I told you in my office, I've had a Christmas tree up in my office since 6-7 months ago because I love Christmas and the environment I work in. I need some wusa.
Wait. So the tree up, but the tree never come down.
Tree never came down.
All right.
I purchased a little short. What's that? 1 foot?
That different.
Half a foot? Whatever. So no, but there was one year I didn't even really want to take the tree down because there was so much that went into taking the tree down. Now with the pre-lit tree, of course, that's different. But Thanksgiving, I didn't really like turkey like most Caribbean people. We like with chicken, all right? Am I wrong or right? Yeah, we like chicken. We really into turkey.
Turkey was a delicacy like oxtail for us.
Well, not even a delicacy. I just didn't like it. To me, turkey just didn't take seasoning like chicken. So it's like, you had to find a way. You got to let it, marinate. You know what I'm saying? Well,
and it's fried.
No. I'm old school.
That's your problem. See, that's
no.
your problem.
No, there's certain things. If it ain't broken, don't try to fix it. You need to stick with tradition. Am I the only one?
That is broken.
It's not broken.
You don't like it because you're talking about seasoning and da.
I am not frying a turkey. I'm baking it. Old school.
Old school. You stay with your dry old school.
Well, let me tell you something. I have streamlined this thing in such a way where now at this point the turkey tastes really, really good. You want me to go and break that now after all that learning over the how much years to go and what? Fry the damn thing?
If I give you a fried turkey, you never go back to
I know
bacon.
fried turkey tastes good. I'm not saying it don't taste good. I'm just saying for me, for Thanksgiving, it's got to be
that old. Come on.
Old-fashioned shit.
That's why you
bake it.
See, that's why your phone still have a cord to it.
That's why my phone what?
Still have a cord.
You know what? I ain't got time with you, My phone still have a cord. Your phone have a cord too? But what are you talking about?
No. You have to. And by the time you get to the fourth number, you forget who you're calling. And
If you show one of them phones to one of these young people, these little 18 something,
they
18
will
years old,
look at it and go, what's the other part for? What is these?
I actually saw a video with that where they showed it to they handed it to a young kid, was a high schooler, and he looked like so confused.
Yeah, we can mash up them.
Imagine showing a typewriter to one of them. Da-da-da-da-da, bing. You never used a typewriter, did you?
I ain't that. I don't think
What
I
you
actually-
gonna say? I ain't that old.
I ain't think I.
Oh.
No. I don't think.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, I've seen it. I've seen one. I don't. If I had to ever use one, maybe a young child coming up just playing with it. But
Now you could use it for it's an antique, so you could put that in the living room somewhere and say, "Oh, someone comes in. What is that?" That, my friend, is a typewriter. Yeah.
be like, what do you do with it? But then again, these days, children don't know how to write cursive.
They don't.
script.
You got that right. They don't know how to write cursive.
They know that they
Some of
barely know
them
how to write
read
block
in like if they text in because they don't know how to read. That's the truth. They don't know how to read properly. So hey, what can I say? This is another example of the sorry state of affairs in this world that we live in. Okay, where you have a punk like Kyle. Yes, I'm going back to it. Kyle Rittenhouse, because it's wrong. It's wrong on so many levels. It's wrong. And let me just say this before we go on. Again, please see this verdict for what it is, because you're dealing with a lot of crazy people out there who are straight up racists. And something that you will look at that's wrong, they will see it as, why are you tripping? Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay? And they will not hesitate to take your wicket or your child's wicket. So that's why, coming back to what I was saying earlier on, that the African American experience and the Caribbean American experience is aligning slowly, because, not slowly, it's sped up. It's aligning because of what is happening out there. There are a lot of crazy people out there. Because again, if you could stand up and wait for JFK to show up, and Robert F.K. to show up,
And what's his name? And Elvis.
and Elvis. Well, Elvis JFK is the most recent one, and they showed up in droves, thousands, waiting patiently for Kennedy to show up.
Take 10 people.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
What wrong with you?
Yes,
Since so you could reincarnate the dead.
So I'll let all you know now,
What?
I have this thing, See some of them, see some individuals of such as those. No, I am what? 6'2".
Yeah, and I'm
250?
5'5".
And if you see me running
In my dreams,
if
I'm
you see
actually
me
5'4".
running, all right, I'll just let you know that now, No, I know. I will defend myself to the fullest. I'll let you know. I will defend myself to the fullest.
Lordy.
But if you see me running and say, wait, now, if he running, ask me when I finish running, Tishad, why were you running? And then I'll explain it to you.
He'll answer you after the fact.
Yes, I'll be away from the danger. But there's some crazy people in this world. All right?
So I'm saying all of that to say this. If you've never voted before, I know. Because I got my beefs right now with the Dems, because I understand that you're passing these bills. Great. But the most important bill is the voting bill. Because if that is not taken care of and voted on this year, all them other bills will pale
in comparison.
Because remember, 38 states and counting have already started putting suppressive laws in place. Florida is one of them. We live in one of those states. Of course, Texas and Georgia. These are some of the states, 3 out of the 30-something states that have already started putting in place suppressive laws. And you ask yourself, okay, why the expletive in God's name did I go out and vote November of 2019? Of course, it was to get rid of Trump. But little did we know that even though Trump would be gone, we still have this hot mess to deal with.
You gotta
Okay,
understand.
and it is a hot mess.
I'm
But-
sorry, people,
go
ladies and
ahead.
gentlemen. All you have to understand, individuals such as the president technically only have 8 years in for this particular job. There are some individuals who have been there 20, 25, 30 years. Those are the ones that you have to look out for. These are the ones who've taken that type of, being elected as being this is my job. This is where I am supposed to be. No, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these elected officials who've been there more than as long as you've been here on this earth has held these positions. They're the more dangerous ones. People like Trump, Biden, they have an 8-year limit. After that, they can no longer be president. They could leave, and you have Mitch, who would still be in power. You have
That
whomever,
piece of shit.
Ted Cruz, who would still be in power.
Another piece of shit.
You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the president is, yes, he may be at the top, but true power lies behind the throne. Understand that. Listen to that. Write that down. True power lies behind the throne.
And what he's actually referring to is people like you and me. We put them there. We can take them out. And okay, I know that some of us are tired of voting.
Or hearing about it.
Or hearing about it. I am one of those people. I push, but there are times when I just want to just throw my hands up in the air. No, not wave them like I just don't care. But just full of shit. Throw my hands up in the air and just be like, I'm done with it. I've had enough. I'm tired. We do the yeoman's work, okay? Not them. Because some of them inside there wasting your taxpayers' money. They get in insurance, which they only have to pay $30-something for the year, and they get in the full insurance. That's why some of them don't like to leave power, because there's too many perks that go with
There's
it.
plenty perks.
Too many perks. But they ain't fighting for you. They ain't fighting for me. And those are the ones we need to get rid of. Okay? And I'm not sorry. You see, if you have an R in front of your name, you're full of shit. You are taking up a place in the House of Representatives right now, and you need to be kicked to the curb.
So I want to ask you a question.
What?
This bill, this $2 trillion bill or $1 trillion package that
Which part of it? The one that they filled that he signed in on Monday, or the one that?
But don't you? When the House voted, basically
Yesterday?
all the Republicans voted against it.
Well, no. The first one, there was 7 Republicans that crossed over party lines and voted. Okay?
Right.
And for the one yesterday, 1 Republican crossed party lines and voted.
And what was their reason for not voting for it?
They hate the Democrats. It's not about what you're doing for. And here's the thing: the one that Biden signed into law on Monday, some of the Republicans that didn't vote for it already giving it props. They're doing advertising and all of that in their particular home state, saying that, advertising it and saying this is what the bill can do. But you voted against it.
They voted against it, but benefiting from it.
Benefiting from it. And what is going on is they're still beholden to Trump. They're still beholden to Trump. So that's what I'm saying. He left the presidency, but he's still controlling the party. And we are tired. We are really tired. But we can't give up. Because if you give up, then you're giving them the power. And we can't give that to them, because I don't have grandchildren yet, but one day I will. You have a granddaughter that's coming.
Are you telling me
We have, because it was on Facebook, so don't be saying, whatever.
Yes. Michelle going to be a grandmother.
And you're going to be a grandfather.
No, T-Dad.
So, who's a T-Dad?
I didn't call you no damn grandpa.
What does the T stand for?
My first name.
Okay. Cracking me up. Anyhow, we're getting ready for Mr. Michael Boothman, who I refer to as music royalty. Okay, music royalty. This family, the Boothman family, is one of the how should I put it? I gotta find the right word.
Yes.
It's a family. Okay, I can't find the word, so let me describe. You know when you have families that everyone looks up to them, and they're like the unofficial governors, but not, unofficial, yeah. That's how I would describe this family, because you remember Jeffrey Holder and Bosco Holder?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I family?
Nice family.
Wow.
And Jeffrey was I think he was an Oscar winner.
Yes, she was.
And Bosco was the
Award.
dancer. All right. And
Michael, if you don't mind, can you turn on your camera, please?
Michael has a younger brother, Roger. I remember back when I used to live in Trinidad, Roger and I were really, really close friends. I would head up to the BOOTHMAN house every now and then, and sometimes we would go hanging out together. So when you see one, you see the next. But people grow. We're in two different countries, so in that sense, we've kind of like grown apart, but not.
But not away.
Just
apart, but not away.
Yeah, apart, but not away. Hi, Michael.
Hi. Nice, man. Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, all right. It's been some time, huh?
Yes. You wear some really cool shirts. You had a really cool one on your album cover. You had another nice cool one when you did the promo video for us. It was a red one, I think, red with some highlights.
Oh, yeah.
And now here, so who's the designer?
I just like nice things, man.
It's so Caribbean chic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like it. Welcome to the People's Chat Room.
Thanks. Yeah.
So I was giving them my description of you, and I don't know if you heard what I said. Did
I
you?
missed out. Yeah. But I just got in time. Go back in time because
I was describing the BOOTHMAN family, and also do you paint, right?
Yeah, this is one of my paintings here. The background, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're not just you're first and foremost, of course, a musician, and then secondary, a painter or an artist.
Yeah, both of them work side by side, but the thing is, the music is out front, because it's there, people listen. My art is something that I do and have a passion for, and I've been doing it since about the same time with the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't help it because painting was all around me since as a kid, my uncles and stuff, artists. Yeah.
So I was listening to the album, a little bit of it last night, and then all of it this morning. And then heading over here, I was listening to it. And I realized that I have a romantic relationship with music that I like. And like is an understatement. It kind of triggers certain chemicals in my brain when I'm listening to really good music. And then I start having all these I don't know, dreams and scenarios and stuff. And just, it's like when you're eating really good food and then you go, and you close your eyes and you're just tasting every morsel.
Yes.
That's how I feel about good music. And that's how I felt about your album.
Oh, really appreciate it.
With particular emphasis on two particular tracks. And we're going to play them soon enough. But this is like album number 4?
Yeah, it's about album 4. Yeah, I did, it's about 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because back in the early 60s, I had done an album with the band Rockefellers. And then I did 2 other it's about 5. Mm-hmm. I did 2 others with collaboration with Von Berridge and Ed Watson and so on.
You say Mr. Berridge, and he was a guest on the show about 3 years ago, and I would stay in touch with him over the months. He would send me random texts, and I of course would respond. And when I saw that he had died, it hit me hard. It really hit me hard, because I like that man.
Yeah, I was inspired by his music earlier on, because when I was a teenager, I had my band. He was one of the bands that I used to look up to, go out to try and hear him play. Having started in that era, there was so many examples. Von Berridge, there was, Joey Lewis, Dutchy Brothers from South. I grew up in a good time, where Von Berridge, he was clean. His whole band was, as a matter of fact, I did a song, a piece of music that we call it F Jam on my previous album. At the time was the Bacchanal song that breakaway. The breakaway. When the matter of fact during the 70s, 60s and 70s, and some of the feds had fights breaking out and so on sometimes, different people and so on. That would be the song that the band would go to quail the fight, you know. So and then back in that period too, they had in the carnival time they had bands like Manu Martin, Tito Foreman, I can't remember the other name of the band.
You say Manu Maslin and a smile. My mother used to go party with Manu Maslin.
Oh yeah. I got a tail end of that. Yeah.
So you have all these men, and I say that because all this inspiration going on, and what was the particular inspiration behind this current album, Storybook?
Well, basically, I'm a kind of collective person in terms of listening to and appreciating all of Caribbean music. You know, all of the Caribbean music. You know, Brazilian, the Latin, all the influences. But you know, calypso is the mother beat.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice on the album, you can't get away from the calypso vibe inside of the song. Yeah, you know, because I really felt that we disrespect calypso.
We sure do.
You know, especially the younger generation, they don't know. So they just think of calypso is just what the lyrics that some of the calypsonians sang. But calypso is a rhythm. Soca is a rhythm. Mm-hmm. You know, if you're listening to Lionel Richie all night long, that is a calypso beat.
It is a calypso beat. Just the two of us breaks down into calypso when Ralph McDonald takes his,
So, but we home here, we are fed the wrong information, and the generations and generations come and go. And they perpetuate the same nonsense. I mean, calypso is the lyrics, and they have to sing about this one and that one. That was part of the message that the composers, the Calypsonians, or the people that really sang on topics. But the music behind it, the beat, and we tend to not pay respect to the musicians. Without the Calypsonians, the musicians, the Calypsonians have nothing to strive on, So I give credence to that.
I'm smiling, and the reason why I'm smiling is because a couple things. One, them not appreciating calypso and soca has to go back to the days. I shouldn't say the days. Has to go back to the government. I'm not saying any particular government, but if you don't teach or raise a child in the way it should go or they should go, what are you going to get? So if they don't know about the history. Okay, and something similar is happening here with where they're trying to pull out of. We were talking about that early on, as far as how certain states, 38 states, putting in suppressive laws, and some of them are even taking certain curriculums out of the school where they don't want to teach you about slavery. They don't want to teach you anything that informs you and empowers you. Okay, So until that starts to happen in Trinidad and Tobago, we will continue to have what we have. Secondly, some years ago, I made an effort, and it's not a big effort because I love history and I love music. And that's why sometimes I reach out to certain artists and invite them to the show, because I think it's important that their story be told. I think it's important that people hear their music, because we have to use this platform for something that's beneficial.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I smiled, because I'm with you.
Yeah, education is that's hitting the nail on the head. Look at the past governments. None of them really had any real interest in the culture, the arts. We always treated like if it was, like when I grew up, when they say you're a musician, your hobby is a hobby. They never thought of it as an industry that is one of the biggest industries in the world. entertainment industry, and you know, we still taking a nap. You know, we still think, you know, I don't know when they will wake up. You know, but this younger generation here now, they are doing much more. I'm so, you know, very excited to see what is happening now with some of the younger generation artists. You know.
I forwarded Code Red one of your first songs you ever did, and I just want him to play that to see if I'll get you to smile just a little bit more before we go into Storybook. Do you remember this song?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, okay, rhythm.
Yeah.
Then it was shorty.
So we've come a long way from that to where we're going to now. You had Andre Tanka on that.
Yes.
Bambai, bamboy, dun 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 dun. Oh my God, I'm a big Andre Tanka fan.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
very a true son of the soil.
We
The
did.
thing is, you know, we just lost Maggie, Michael Clark, the drummer that played on this. With,
He played on this?
Yeah, Michael Clark, Maggie, yes.
Ooh.
Just lost him. He was his funeral was yesterday. We lost him this week. But that is one of the forerunners in terms of the rhythm, soca rhythm, because that song is not even the first one. Yeah, we had Under the Mango Tree. We had my first recording actually was Mike Samba, the first composition that I did. That was back in the early 60s. You know, but Michael Clark, Maggie was an innovator and one of the most talented young people in that era, because he was a multi-instrumentalist. He played harmonica, guitar, bass,
Wow.
and drums. And one of the things that is remarkable about him, he has such a memory. We used to go to the cinema, because at one time in the 70s, movie theme songs were popular in terms of party songs.
Yes.
And we didn't have tape recorders and so on back in the day. Maggie and I would go to Strand Cinema, sit down and pit, and memorize the song and come in the band room and hum it out, and I would find the chords fit and we would arrange the music, you know, and that was things that I talk about up to today, you know. We didn't have tape recorders and recording machines, and so it was, you know, with a luxury to have a turntable in your house, telefunken and grundig and stuff like that.
You mentioning some things that I don't know about, but
Yeah.
but I defer to you on that. So let's start looking at Storybook. I don't want to go with the songs that I like first, because then, you know, to me that's really being biased. So we're not gonna go. Let's go with there's one that says something about move. I think it's Make a Move. Let's hear it, and we'll talk on the other side.
Make a move.
What's the name of it, Michael? Because I don't have my glasses on because I'm vain, so I'm looking at the screen.
Hold On is one of the songs that have vocals in it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
We'll talk on the other side.
All right.
The way you make me feel, I'm hoping it's so wrong. Ain't not a trying, I'm rapping, it's so strong. Baby, it's so strong. Please hold on. You didn't have to treat me this way, so frozen. Been this way for a while, I'm lost in emotions. It's more than lost, I'm hoping that you just
Yeah, I did. Free. There's a free one. So he's gonna log in on the free app. But that was actually one of the songs that I like.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, hold on. So he's gonna complete the process, and then we're gonna listen to the song again. In the meantime, we'll just have a conversation. The reason, okay, I love. Okay, how to say this? Is that his name? Issa.
Yeah.
How old is he? If you don't mind me asking.
Issa's in his 30s.
He's in his 30s, but he's got like a millennial song.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
I listen to his vocals, which gives you that millennial approach to it, and you put it with what the instrumentation and the nice chord structure with this song, and I was like, to me, it was a good marriage.
Yeah,
because
and
he took this. Go ahead.
Came together really, really, really young. It was like a surprise to me because actually Issa came around to the studio and he was shopping his material. My son already had a label, and he listened to all the young music, the dancehall and Trinidad and all that kind of thing. So when I came down to the studio, because I live on top of the studio. When I came down to the studio, I heard dancehall music, some dancehall music. But I kind of get tired of it, So sometimes when I hear stuff, I say, "Oh, another one again." And I didn't pay much attention to it. And then soon afterwards, he had an Afro rhythm. That caught my attention because I was like going home, you know what I mean? But then when it come out from the mother needed African music. So from the time I hear the thing like that, I say, so I turned to my son, I say, who's singing that? And Issa was there kind of, grooving on the song. So and then afterwards he sang a song, an emotional song, and I saw one of the guys in the studio crying. Actually got the tears. And when I saw that, I say, wow, this guy can evoke that kind of passion, that sensitivity in anybody, But the song was about an experience because he lost his brother. Apparently, his brother and sister-in-law was murdered earlier on. So that was a song that he was grieving. So I called him into the studio. I had the music already laid down for Hold On. As a matter of fact, it was going to be an instrumental. So he said, Uncle, I could write on anything. So I said, well, here's one, try your hand at it. And within a few minutes, he and his friend, Scoop, sat down in the studio and he was kind of mumbling the song, kind of getting a feel of it. But what caught my attention that he was able to hear the intricate parts in the song, which was the pan playing a subliminal thing, because I like to put layers in most of my music. So the pan was playing a kind of subliminal melody in the song. He picked on it, and the song developed out of that.
So we have the song up. We're gonna play it, most of it in its entirety or most of it, and so that way Code could hear what we're talking about, because Issa really did a good job on it. Like I said, it was a really good marriage. Yes. Really good marriage. And then we will talk about the one that I really, really like, which was another good marriage.
What's going on? Oh, come on.
It's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. So let's go to the song that I really like, which happens to be Passion Fruit.
Oh, I know that.
You knew what I was going to say before I said it?
Oh yeah. The amount of people that responded to that song. Locally the album isn't really getting about it. I actually, my management team, which is in London, they didn't like the type of respect I was getting home. So they say, well, Michael, it's like the cocoa and the chocolate. The chocolate have to, cocoa have to leave.
I want to listen to it. Sorry.
Yeah. The cocoa have to leave and come back as Cadbury. And then we're going to eat it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. When I heard it this morning, because I heard it, okay, so he's going to play it. And then we're going to talk. I'm going to start pulling out what just slammed me on this song. Like I said, I have this romantic relationship with good music. And this song was like, you know what I mean? So let's listen.
I can see this in a Spike Lee
Okay,
soundtrack.
so we're gonna let the song play some more, but let me tell you what stood out for me. Okay, the bass, the trumpet, the nuances in the music is like, wow. Okay, who played the bass, and was it a 5-string bass? Because he was just talking on that bass, and then the trumpet, Mr. Orville Roach.
Oh, he's boss.
Oh,
Yeah, he's boss. He's my right hand in the music, because we play music together over 45, 46 years.
really?
And we never had an argument. We never had a
That's a good
difference.
relationship.
And the part of fact, I usually say that he could end my sentences, because like when musically, the same thing, you know. I would have something in my head and I would just play it out on my guitar, and he will take it and embellish it. And vice versa, he will be playing something and I say, hey, let's go here.
And he's
you know,
gone. So
musical marriage, boy.
I kind of jumped the gun. You want to let some more of it play? I just wanted to get that out because it's like, it's a beautiful piece of music.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And again, this was a really good marriage. But then I understand why now, because you and him, we all been working together for over 40 years. And I'm sure you don't see it as working together.
Oh, we brainstorm all the time, you know. If I have something to do, I say, always, let's say, hear this. And he will just fit in just in the right place at the right time. You know? Sometimes we go and play out, perform, and you know, we used to do a 2-man, they used to call it the dynamic duo, because he would call a song and 2 of us would play it, and anybody would think that we rehearsed the song. You know, we have that kind of synergy.
You have that kind of synergy, you're right. It's a beautiful song, and he just takes the song places that it's like, wow, you know. This is music I would close my eyes to and listen to, you know. I love the melody.
Thank you.
Okay, the obvious question that I should have asked first, and I'm about to ask: why did you call it passion fruit? I mean, I have my own, opinion, but why did you call it passion fruit?
I think it might be the same that you think. Basically, with passion fruit is a local food, but passion, a few people have said that they make babies with my songs. It puts you in the mood, and Albert said that when they interviewed Albert said that it changes his mood. Sometimes he's probably frustrated with something, or maybe angry with someone, and from the time he listens to the song, it sort of tempers out his mood.
Mm-hmm.
Sherrod, I was on Sherrod shows some time ago on SN's TV, and he said, "Gentlemen, get your condoms out." So it seemed to hit a nerve. Eh?
When I listen to your music, I think simultaneously of Earl Clue, who I'm a huge fan of. I don't listen to his. I could listen to your music longer than I would listen to his, and here's the reason why. His chord structures are really, they're sad. They're very, very sad. Whereas yours, they're not sad. It just calms you down. His will calm you down and make you sad. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's the intention. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could listen to like maybe 2 of his songs, maybe 3 max, and then I'm ready to change because he put me in that mood where I just,
Yeah.
But with your music, it's just so relaxing and it's just so calming. I hope that you said earlier on that your album wasn't getting the feedback that it should be getting in Trinidad. I'm not surprised, but is it getting you're getting good feedback with the foreign audiences, like in London and stuff?
Big time. I've been in Russia.
Oh.
Russia, Italy, South Africa, where again, in the Emirates, London. I've been on the indie radio and television show, and I didn't know I had fans out there in Japan and all these things, even before, because what happened is that I didn't have a social media presence.
Mm-hmm.
And since attaining management and stuff like that, Sarah and Graham, they actually did a lot of work behind the scenes to get me out there in terms of people recognizing, and the response that I've been getting is awesome. Another thing that what they have done that we don't do here in Trinidad is that they did a survey in London. Because my son in Trinidad, the young people come to the studio, say, Uncle, that music kind of jazzy and, it's very relevant for our audience. And I do not listen to people here in Trinidad. And if I listen to people in Trinidad, I would just probably be in a rocking chair in the porch, rocking myself to sleep. But the thing is, they did a survey and the age group is between 16 and 24. And I was overwhelmed with the positive, feedback that I got from that age group. So that Sarah and Graham were able to know how and where to place the music.
Mm-hmm. To tap into those audiences.
It wasn't done by guests. But hadn't it been for them, I would have just put it out on YouTube and fall flat again, because we don't emphasize on promotion. I had anxiety because I wanted to put the music out early. But my advisors advise me, it usually takes 6 to 8 weeks. It's like putting a product out with a car. You have to really get it, tune your audience into it. So they did all of the type of groundwork to be able to get the music out there.
So how long have you been under this management team?
Since about a little under a year, because I met Graham is a son of a friend of my family, and I knew him as a kid growing up, and he migrated and has done well for himself in engineering and management of groups and so on. He lived in California, and he's based in London. He does movies and stuff, mixes and so on. But a lot of for a lot of people in different genres. So when he came to bring his mother's remains to do a recurrent mass at church. And he came to the studio, heard my stuff, and said, "Mike, send me the stuff, and I'll fix it up." So done.
Well, it seems to me that the next step, seeing that the country, or I should say the world, is opening back up, is for them to probably schedule or start planning a show for you in London. Where, because I would think that would be the first place that you would go, where you actually, strong fan base, and people will drive because all these countries connected. People will drive or fly in or whatever to attend. We have Street Jam lined up. So we're going to play that one, and we're going to talk on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michael, what I'm hearing in this one is, so there's some pan in there, but the way the pan was played is almost reminiscent of Invaders and them back in the 60s, the 70s, something like that. Yeah. Is that the feel you were going for?
You're doing right. You're going right. I was born and grew up in the West End. I grew up in Brooklyn and Newtown, Port of Spain. I born and grew up in Newtown, Port of Spain. And the West Side have a certain influence. The way they strum, the way out there, they have a second strum and so on. So I'm influenced by that. And what I worked on accomplishing is actually touching that nerve.
Mm-hmm.
That it's still kind of in there, but it's not not there as much because everybody like the tempo, can't carry it up too fast and stuff like that. So that kind of chip that people use, like I saw you there. That's exactly what I tried to get. You reacted just like what I expected.
So remember, I told you I have a romantic relationship with music when I really like it, right? So when I listened to that, I got to tell you, the first thing that popped into my head was I read an Earl Lovelace book, because remember all his books are based back in pre-industrial and all of that, or just when industrialized civilization was coming into being. And I can't remember which book. I think it was Teacher. I think it was Teacher was the name of the book. But it was one of the Earl Lovelace books. And I just went into that era when I started listening to the song. And I like it. Like I said, I love your album. I love your album. There's another one that we have. Which one is this?
Slow motion.
Oh, let's listen to this one and we'll talk on the other side. This is Slow Motion. Okay, so this song invoked thoughts of my mother, cause my mom, she was born in Maraval, right? And I remember she would talk about, when she was growing up. I mean, because the father, because I'm okay talking about this now, but the father, he is the father of my sister, Kenny Hart. So he was one of the pioneers of the pan. So, I mean, when I listened to this, I was like, oh man, it's like, again, you set me back in that era and this song is so pan friendly. Okay, so where were you going for with this song? Let me reel myself in. Where were you going with this song?
All right. As I said, I have my uncle. They used to call him Booty. He was one of the pan players. There's a tune someone invaded pan in my home in Picton Street, because he's one of the founding members of Invaders. Oh. Right, and
okay.
Yeah, he I can remember in the days of the baseball, when Bajan used to go down the road with baseball bat and things like that, when they had the little riots and so on. He was one of them, because he had his baseball bat. But the music, again, is from the West Side, and I usually like to hear when a band warming up, a steel band warming up.
Yeah,
before they start getting.
That's it.
You go to Panya and they take it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
so
it.
I believe music is supposed to replicate that, that chip, it was like that last minute where they actually they're soaking in every little nuance of the music. So that's the intention, and I'm fortunate to be able to capture that thing. I did all the pan parts.
You did?
Myself.
Wait. So
yeah,
cool.
All the pan
when
parts,
you said when I steel pan warming up, you understand what you're talking about, right? I do understand. The reason why I had to talk to my young friend over here, okay? He's one of them Trinis. He's one of them Trinis, because it have two set of Trinis at that age. Some of them were not born in Trinidad, but they were born here, and it's like they're more Trini than you. And then there's this set. I went there. And then there's this set who he was born in Trinidad but was raised here from a young age. But trust me, sometimes I feel he more Trini than me. So when I asked him about, when the steel band warming up, like, how you referenced there, and he said, yes, he understood. How you know about that?
Easy, because even though I come up here young, I still have to go back home. I said I went sometime.
He just told me.
Wait. Let me go a little deep. Let me go a little further. Used to live in Laventil, Quarry Street. So Uncle had to take me up by the Pioneer for Despas. So I.
All right. Yep. Okay, you're schooling me a little bit. No,
not really. Just
you're just telling me
insight.
Yeah, okay.
Insight. I can't school you, but I'll get insight.
But that, it's only when you said it, that's when I realized that's exactly what it is. When the pans are warming up and they're playing the song really, really slow and they're bubbling on it, yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh, that's the bubbling. That's definitely bubbling.
So we're going to play one more.
And it's nicer to dance because you can hold on and get a little groove going.
Yeah, and then when they actually play it at the speed it's supposed to go, and you realize, and your mind go like switch from bum bum. It's like, damn, the difference from one tempo to the next is like, yes. Yeah. So which one you want to go with, Cole?
Yeah.
Well, up to you. Reaching Out, or you wanted to hear
Sunshine?
You want to hear Mr. Sunshine?
Mr. Sunshine. So we're going to play a little bit of Mr. Sunshine. We'll talk on the other side, and then we'll go back to one of the songs that I really love, which was the one with Issa. And we'll end on that one. Okay, so this is my insight on this song. One of the things I would love for you to do, and you could think about it and you could toss it to the winds if you feel like, but I'm just, because we have a growing Hispanic audience here, I mean, are just not just here, around the world. What I would encourage you to do is put some Spanish lyrics or fills in it, and then just market it to the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans and the Venezuelans and them, of course, outside of Trinidad and Tobago, because that song will do really well in events like weddings and stuff, and even in live events. It's got that flavor to it. So what was the vibe behind this song when you?
I grew up just like, as a matter of fact, the pianist that worked on the album was one of the keyboard players that worked with me for a while at a Hyatt in Trinidad. I worked there for about 12 years. And his name is Simon Mendoza, Venezuelan, but he plays.
I know that name.
He plays calypso just like all the BOOTHMAN and the old traditional calypsos. And his father's a musician, so he has that kind of flavor of both, the montuno and stuff like that. But beyond that, I had a discussion with him because I said, you born in Venezuela, and I said, how old are you? And he said that it was in his late 30s and stuff at the time. I said, well, I know more Latin music than you, because I grew up. I mean, remember I told you Joey Lewis it was one of my early influences. And then I started listening to a lot of Senora Matancera, Willie Bobo, and I started to call Latin people, the Palmieri's brothers, the two of them.
I remember them.
And I showed them an album that I had, that Eddie Palmieri was wearing one of those pants like Michael Jackson, where you see the white socks. I said, to tell you how old that was, he probably was in his 20s. And I started singing songs to them and playing songs. I can't speak the language, but I love the music. So that is one of many songs that I have with a Latin flavor. Not flavor, but Latin, salsa. So I then again in the band, my band, I had Ernesto Garcia, one of the baddest percussionists that I think that I've seen around in the Caribbean. But he and Simon, as a matter of fact, Simon and they will tell you that when they want to use a bass player to play real Latin music, he will recommend me. He said, Michael will play Latin bass just like if he was born in one of the Latin American countries. But one of the things that we want to do is that we want to take some of our English songs and put the Spanish language on it, and as well do the reverse. I
think you should do that.
Yeah,
I really think you should, and I've offered that we call that suggestion to a couple entertainers. I said that to Patrice, because we did she was the cover of our magazine, iTunes Entertainment Magazine. I said that to Jadelle, because there's a huge audience out there, and you got to take one of your songs, and especially one of the popular ones, and flip it. We're about to get off the air pretty soon, but when are you going to write a book if you haven't already done so?
That's in the process. I don't write, but somebody they actually want to do a film, because of my history and stuff like that. I want to do a history of Trinidad music from the 60s onwards, because we have had so many people trying to write things and they never lived their life. So, that is from their perspective. But being a musician that still exists today, still playing music, still putting out music, I think I'm overqualified in that sense to be able
You're
to do
more than
something.
qualified. And I'm smiling because you know Jimmy Brown, right? Jimmy Brown said something similar, that there is no history, no documented history that currently exists. And we don't want to wait till, you know, you guys dead and gone and then somebody trying to come up with something that's just not real. So please, you know, I encourage you to do that, you know?
It's in the making.
Yeah. So you'll let me know, right?
Definitely, yeah.
So we got to get out of here because it's almost 2:00. This show can be heard again at 6:00 on Soca Passion TX, and again tomorrow on Island Beat Radio from 12 to 2. And I will try my best to edit and upload it to YouTube because I've been dropping the ball on that recently. But I so appreciate you being our guest today, Michael. It's like I am really, really happy.
Well, thanks for having me. And I'll take you up on that. Right, you know, I would like to actually get a chance to look back at the show and be able to.
You can come on this show anytime you feel like. Just you have my number. Just send me a text and let me know you have something new, and you just want to share it. And we'll, if it's a whole album, then we bring you on again like this. If it's just one song, then it's a shorter period. But just let me know, okay?
I would also like to let people know that they can hit me up at michaelboothmanmusic.com. That's my website, where you'll be able to get all the music, my discography, my history, and everything is on that, you know. So michaelboothmanmusic.com.
And they can also hit you up on Instagram because you're on there too. Just look for Michael Boothman and you will find him on there and just DM him, okay? So we're going to leave on... what's the song? The one with Isa? Hold on. Hey, I love this. Tell Isa it's a hit with me, okay? And thank you again for being a guest on the show. Appreciate it. Thank you. On this one too.
So long, going back and forth, I wish you would hold on. The way you make me feel, I'm hoping it's so wrong. Ain't not a trying, I'm rapping it so strong. Baby, it's so strong.
So we gotta go. We want to wish each and every one of you a happy Thanksgiving. Have a blessed rest of the weekend because it is Saturday, and we will see you next week right here on the People's Chat Room live on iTunes Radio with rebroadcast on Soca Passion TX and islandbeatradio.net. Have a blessed one.
The ones them who start to create the culture, the legends who pass. Calypso to soca, me love to me. All we want is, what them are for we. All we want is what them are for we. Oh, tell them respectfully. Make soca a genre, we want we own. It's a lifestyle everyday thing, non-stop celebrating. So what them are for we, can't make we unhappy. So we go rise until, soca big behind mountain. Rise like sun coming up in the morning. So we go rise until, soca big behind mountain. Rise like sun coming up in the morning. Forever we do it. Together we groove it. Soca forever, forever we do it. Soca forever, forever we do it. And if you have a bad day, soca does make it better. And I say, it does bring strangers together. And in the middle of the madness, we have no time for sadness. But we vibes stay high like we climbing up one hill.